Good afternoon and happy Friday to you. How are you doing? Greetings from a cold and crisp East London. We've had a much brighter week this week, so yeah, it's been nice to see some sunshine. Need to put my teeth back in. How are you doing today? I hope you've had a really great week, and I hope that it is lovely and maybe a bit warmer wherever you are. I've got my nice warm jumper on today, as you can see. How are we doing this week? How is your family? How's your business? How's your team? Do give me a wave. People joining now, nice to see you. Tell me, how has your week been then? What have you been working on? Has it been a good one? Do let me know. So this week we've been doing quite a lot of walking and quite a lot of exercising, and making sure that we're keeping ourselves fit and healthy and going outside quite a lot, wrapped up quite warm. I quite like this time of year when it's crisp and bright, as opposed to grey and gloomy and miserable. So it's been really nice, as I say, to see the sunshine. So tell me, how has your week been? How is everything going? I've had a really busy week actually. I've run 2 workshops this week. One was the third of my 6 people management workshops. This week was on objectives and managing performance, which was great fun. And then yesterday I was running the 3rd Royal Academy of Engineering People and Culture workshop, and that was all about attracting and retaining great people, which is one of my favourite topics. So yeah, it's been a really good week. Tell me what you've been working on and how you're doing. Last week, of course, in last week's live, we talked about focus, and I shared with you my top tips on kind of keeping your head in the game and keeping yourself focused. You can find the recording of that live, of last week's live, in the group along with all of the others. They're all in units so that you can hopefully find what you need easily. So yeah, if you search for focus, you'll find last week's live. And as you know, I tend to take my cues from you in terms of what you might find helpful for me to cover during these lives. You know, what questions do you have, and what you would like me to cover, what you're struggling with or what challenges you're facing in building your businesses. Sometimes I might read something or listen to something and reflect maybe on a past experience and take those learnings to share with you. And often I'm sharing things from my book or from work that I'm doing with my clients, but most often actually these lives come from conversations or questions or requests that I get from this topics and the topics that I get suggested from this community. So do tell me, where are you stuck? What questions do you have? What challenges are you facing? Oliver is telling me that he's getting ready to launch his new website. Yeah, I looked at that last week. It's looking like it's coming on. Oliver's building a Shopify shop for all of his disc golf and associated paraphernalia. So he'll probably be posting the link in here when it's done, but that's all very exciting. So I hope that goes well, Ollie. So today we are talking about your natural energy, and my question for you is, do you know what gives you energy and what drains it? Have you ever thought about how to harness your natural energy and the natural energy of the people around you? Keeping ourselves focused and feeling positive and confident is really key to keeping ourselves focused and having that clarity and confidence, keeping our eyes on the prize, if you like. And so what I would say then is that focus and flow for me are really at the heart of building a successful business, and they're really at the heart of everything that I do and that I try and share with you and also with my clients that I'm working with. I really want for you to build a business that works for you. And so today I'm going to share with you my thoughts on natural energy and also my top 10 tips on how to get into your flow and stay there, which is very important. So firstly, what do we mean by flow? I use that term a lot. What do we really mean by that? It's that place where you're in the zone, where everything's feeling easy and natural. You know, you're kind of it's just easy, it just flows. Yeah, you all know what I'm talking about. It's that place between being bored and being stressed. So when we're bored, we don't have enough of a challenge, we're not really learning, and when we're stressed, we kind of got too much and we're going towards anxiety. So it's just that place where we've got a nice level of challenge, we're learning, we're progressing, we're in our zone, we're in the flow. That's what I mean by flow. And this is the place where we do our best work. This is the place where we have the most clarity, where we feel most energized and happy. This is the place where we want to be and where we want everybody around us to be. And this is so important because we're all so different and we all want different things. I have no idea what it feels like to be you, any more than you have any clue what the world looks like through my eyes. And we know logically that we're all different, but emotionally it kind of feels a bit weird. I was just talking with somebody about tying shoelaces. You know, we all tie our shoelaces differently, or we use our phones differently, or the computer differently. And it's just weird when you see someone doing something different. And so it's really important to appreciate how different we all are, and therefore the fact that all of our natural energies are different, and it takes different things to put each of us in flow. And this is really particularly relevant when it comes to building a business, because we all want something different from our business. This word success means very different things to different people. And what I would say is it's really important to get clear about you and what you want and what success looks like to you. Don't spend your time chasing somebody else's version of success. We definitely don't want that. We're all conditioned actually from a very young age to focus on our weaknesses. And then we grow up and we enter into the world of work, and it's more of the same. You know, companies spend an absolute fortune on trying to encourage us to improve on our weaknesses. Now, I'm not saying don't learn new things or don't push yourself outside your comfort zone every now and then. That's great. But we really want to be playing to our strengths, understand what puts us in our flow when we're in our kind of zone of genius, and what are those things where we add the most value to our businesses. So my vision is really of a world where we're all in our flow as much as possible, and trying to put everybody else into that flow as well. The way that you find your flow is really by understanding your natural energies and where they come from, what drains your energy, what gives you energy. And particularly what I'm talking about is what happens in those critical moments. And what I mean by critical moments, those moments where we're not really thinking about what we do, we're just doing what we do naturally. You'll often find that really your true self and your true natural energies will be reflected most accurately when you are under stress or under pressure. That's when our learnt behaviour, that mask that many of us wear to work or maybe in social situations, it's when that mask kind of falls away and our natural energy just comes to the forefront, and we are just doing what we're doing without really thinking about it. Another way to think about it is maybe to think about, what did you get in trouble for at school? What did maybe the teachers pick you up on? That's a clue to your natural energies, those things that just come naturally to you. And the key point, and the reason that I am speaking about this today, is that understanding what decisions you will take naturally well, and then understanding what actually you need other people to take decisions or to contribute to your decisions. That is why it's so important as a business owner really to understand what your strengths are, and also to understand what your best contribution is to the team that you're building and to the success of that team. And the more that we actually allow ourselves to operate within our natural energy and sort of refine our skills accordingly, if you like, so that we can be in that flow more of the time, the more effective we become, and the more valuable we actually are to our businesses and to our teams, the more valuable our contribution becomes. As I say, it's all about getting ourselves into flow and also others. So there are 4 natural energies that we all have in different amounts depending on how we're wired. And these energies also ebb and flow depending on what situations we're in, what activities we're doing, and who we're spending our time with. So I'm just going to talk you through these 4 energies. We have the red activating energy. This is a spring energy. It's full of imagination and ideas. It's full of innovation and creativity. It's very future focused. It's very fast. It's big picture. It's blue sky thinking. And often it's quite impatient, and it's focused on what's happening next, what's coming next. It's all about the art of the possible. And the counterbalance to that activating energy is the green sustaining energy. And I'm trying to moderate my tone now because I've got lots of activating energy, and then the sustaining energy is much more of a balance. It's an autumn energy, and it's much more grounded. It's sensory. It's all about what we can touch and feel and experience. It's much more reflective and connected. There's a real sense of here and now with that sustaining energy. It's all about peace and harmony and balance. It's about avoiding conflict. And it's a very important energy for any business owner who often has a lot of activating energy. You need that sustaining energy to bring consistency and high quality to your business, repeated time and time again, which is what your clients want. You might want to mix things up all the time, but your clients want consistency, and that is really what comes from sustaining energy. It's all about timing and productivity. It's all about when and where. And then, of course, we have the classic introvert and extrovert energies that you've heard me speaking about before. So these words, introvert and extrovert, often are very misunderstood. So people think that extroverts are loud, chatty, confident people, and many of them are, but that's not actually what being an extrovert means. Being an extrovert is about getting your energy from people. And if you're an introvert, it doesn't mean that you're not good with people. It just means that's not where you get your energy. And so really this concept of extroversion and introversion really is linked very closely to these energies. So the yellow inspiring energy is our classic summer extrovert energy. Needs to be around people and needs to be collaborating, likes to consult with people and talk to people and know people and understand people. This energy is very easily distracted and needs lots of variety. This energy has found lockdown and the sort of mundanity of day after day very, very challenging, because it's about getting energy from being around people. So yes, Zoom calls are great and seeing people on the video, but there's nothing quite like being with people in the room and feeding off of their energy, which is a classic extrovert need, if you like. It's about understanding people and really connecting with people on quite a deep level and really caring about them. So social proof and understanding who is involved, who you're selling to, who you're buying from, very, very important to people with lots of inspiring energy. And then the counterbalance to that is the blue winter introverted energy. And this is the refining energy. And this energy is all about clarity and facts and efficiency. It's about getting the job done. It's much more focused on the tasks and getting things done and doing a good job. It's about systems and data, and it's about perfection. It's also about structure and certainty, which is another very, very important energy when you're building a team. These people like to understand how. It's all about the how energy. And so if you think about when you start your business, you want to start with lots of ideas, then you get your people on board and you get investors and you get customers and you get people fired up by your ideas. And your energy and your vision. Then you definitely need some sustaining energy to, as I say, deliver consistency and high quality and kind of build the machine and run the machine of your business. And you definitely need refining energy to make sure that you are efficient and that you're making money and that you're getting things right. So you need all 4 of these energies in your business. And although all of us have all 4 energies, we clearly don't have them in the same quantities. And so that is why you need all 4 energies to build a team. And that is why, as I've said many times before, you can build a product if you have the right skills, but you can only build a business with a team of people. So understanding how much of each type of energy we have really helps us get in touch with how we can leverage our own value, but also that of the people around us. And that is why this is such an important concept for anybody that wants to start or grow a business. And the way that we test for these energies is by using a tool called Contribution Compass, which is a statistically proven tool with 96 data points. It helps you understand your natural energy. It helps you understand what gives you energy and what drains it. But it also tells you about the 2 types of people that each and every one of you needs around you to make you successful. And this is different for each person, depending on how you're wired. The minimum number of people in a team is 3 people. And so this test helps you figure out who those other 2 people you need as a minimum in terms of those energies to make you successful. And something quite unique about the Contribution Compass tool is that it gets into the pendulum effect. And by that I mean, if you think about how your energies shift through the day, in response to where we are and what we're doing and who we're with, the Contribution Compass really shows you how to manage that energy shift in yourself, but also how to understand it in people that you're dealing with. Maybe people in your team, maybe people that you're selling to or negotiating with. You know how you can be in a conversation with somebody who's getting really fired up by all the ideas, and then suddenly their energy swings and now suddenly they want to know a lot about the facts and figures, or maybe they want to understand the impact on people. And so we see this in sales conversations or in negotiations all the time. So it's a really very unique aspect of this Contribution Compass tool, which is really truly life-changing in terms of the insights it gives you, not just to yourself, but also to the people that you're dealing with. There is a link to this test in the pinned post at the top of this group, or do get in touch with me and I'll point you in the right direction. If you don't get huge value from it, then I will refund your money. There is a small cost to this. It's just covering my costs. I'm so passionate about this tool. I wish I could give it to you all for free, but basically I just charge it out at just over my cost price. But if you don't get huge value from this, I will just refund your money, because it really is a life-changing tool. So please check it out, and if you've got any questions, do come back to me and ask me. It really will change the way that you look at yourself, the way that you look at your business, and the way that you deal with people. So it really is revolutionary. I can't recommend it highly enough. So I want to share with you today 10 tips for understanding your natural energy and getting into your flow. Okay, so tip number 1, consider what things you put off or you avoid. Thinking through those things will actually help you start figuring out and giving you a bit of a clue to how your particular energies are. What are those things that you avoid or that you put off? Possibly because they're draining your energy. And tip number 2, think about those activities that light you up. Instead of, when people used to ask me, oh, what job do you want or what role do you want? That's kind of a difficult question to answer, when young people come to me and for career advice, or, I remember when my nephews used to ask me that, what job should I do, Auntie Lisa? And I think that's quite a difficult question to answer. And so what I always like to ask instead of that is, what activities do you like? If you're not in a job or a role that you absolutely love, you need to change. I believe that everybody deserves to love what they do. So what are those activities that light you up, that bring you great joy, where you can get into your flow? Again, that's a little bit of a clue into your natural energies. My tip number 3 is just get really conscious of how your energy levels are through the day. Just at the end of each day, just ask yourself, am I feeling energized? Am I feeling drained? How am I feeling? And crucially then, what did I spend my time today doing? And start linking those 2 things. Okay, so when I do that, it drains my energy. When I do that, it makes me feel energized. Yeah, just start getting in touch with what things are impacting your natural energies. And then tip number 4, plan your time so that you have time to recharge after doing those activities that drain your energy. So for example, If you are more of an introverted type of person, like I am, running workshops or even doing these lives, which I love doing, they actually drain quite a lot of my energy. And so I always make sure that after my live or after any workshops that I'm running or any events that I'm running, that I plan some downtime afterwards just to balance out my energy level. And conversely, if you are more extroverted and you have a morning of doing a lot of admin or maybe doing your tax returns or something like that is maybe going to drain your energy, plan a really energizing afternoon where you can do something fun, where you can mix it up with some people and recharge those batteries. That's what I'm saying about plan your diary, plan your calendar, plan your time according to your energies. Tip number 5, work with people who complement your natural energies. So we are all naturally drawn to people like ourselves, yeah? They think like us, they communicate like us, they see the world like us. We feel generally very comfortable with people who are like us. We find it easy to talk to, we find that they think logically and that they're sensible, and often when we are creating our teams and forming our teams, then we hire people like us. Now, that's great to a certain extent. However, people who are like you will also struggle with all the things that you struggle with. They will put off all the same kinds of things as you put off, and those kinds of things will also drain their energy. And so we actually, when we're building our high performing team, we actually need to find people who complement us, who have different natural energies from us. And I remember explaining this to a business owner a couple of years ago, and he said, "Do you mean to say, Lisa, that there are people out there that actually like doing data entry?" I said, yeah, there are people out there that like doing all of the things that you hate doing, and that's the same for every single one of you that's watching. And I know you know that logically, but I still meet so many people that don't want to give to their members of their team the shit jobs. Please remember, your shit job is another person's wonderful job, and vice versa, yeah? There is somebody out there that will love doing every single thing that you hate doing and that drains your energy. Trust me and let me help you find those people that will complement you and help you build your team. So my tip number 6 is actively think about how you can remove those things that block your flow or slow you down. The opposite of flow is friction, and if you're feeling like things are difficult, take a moment and ask yourself, why is this so difficult? How can I do this in a way that is more in my flow? How can I remove the things that are blocking me? A great tip, if you are someone who asks how a lot, like I am, how does this work? I'm trying to figure it out. How is this software or this thing how do I figure it out? A great question, just flip it round and ask who rather than how. Who do I know that might have the answer? Who do I know that might be able to help me? Who do I know that might actually be able to do this job instead of me? Who rather than how? Great question. So think about what is getting in your way. That's my tip number 6. Tip number 7, consider getting other people to do those things that drain you, even if you're perfectly capable of doing them yourself. I know that you're all very capable. If you're watching this, you're probably a business owner, you're in my community, you are a very capable individual, and I have huge respect for you. Stop doing those things that drain your energy. I know that you can do them, doesn't mean that you should be doing them. This is not about putting people in a box, but this is about you being in your flow and other people being in their flow. Thinking about how do you add the most value for your business. If you could talk to your business and say, what would you like me to be spending my time doing? What would your business tell you? Number 8, actively seek out ways of getting into your flow and staying there. Number 9, do things your way rather than anyone else's way. Stop comparing yourself to other people. Yeah, it's not a race. Be where you are in the journey. What works for other people is not necessarily going to work for you. It's like diets. Yeah, you see somebody that's lost weight on a diet and you automatically think that's going to work for you. No, your body is completely different than them. Your natural energies are completely different than them. Find what works for you. That's why I'm always talking about Build a business that works for you, your success, your flow, your natural energy. Do things your way. Somebody asked me a few weeks ago, one of my mentors, why are you trying to do things in such a difficult way? Why don't you try and do it in a Lisa way? Great, please do it in whatever way works for you, much better. And tip number 10, take the contribution compass test to see how you're wired. Sorry, I'm so excited about this. It's such a brilliant topic. Take the contribution compass test to figure out how you are wired, to figure out your natural energies, to figure out who you should have in your team to make you successful, to figure out that pendulum and how you manage that both for yourself and for other people. If you previously took the talent dynamic test with me, and I know a number of you have, then please get in touch with me for your upgrade, which is 100% completely free of charge. Understanding what makes you tick is so important. It helps you understand what type of business to build. It helps you understand what growth strategies will work for you, not what works for other people, but what is going to work for you, and what kind of people you need in your team, even what kind of customers you should be working with, and which kind of stakeholders and which kind of partners will suit you best, even what kind of investors you need to look for. I absolutely 100% guarantee that it will change the way you see yourself, the people around you, and your business. It will absolutely enhance your ability to build a business that really works for you. Imagine a world where we're focused on putting ourselves and other people in flow, where we're all playing to our strengths rather than comparing ourselves to others and trying to improve on our weaknesses all the time, which just doesn't work. Instead of feeling this friction, which is the opposite of flow, let's do things in your way. This is the life you've chosen, so you might as well do it in your way and enjoy it. So if you are interested in taking this test, and I really would recommend it, absolutely 100% money back guarantee. I'm selling it to you at my cost price. As I say, I wish I could give it to you for free, but there is a small charge. Have a look at the pinned post at the top of this group where you will see a link through to the contribution compass test. You can also find it if you type in profile.lisazebby.com or just message me and I will send you the link. So do let me know what your thoughts are about getting into your flow. What gives you energy and what drains your energy? What are the things that really light you up, and how do we help you build a business that really works for you? Who are those people that you need in your team? What types of people are going to really make you successful? Let me help you figure that out. This tool is amazing and I am so proud to have been part of its development. So I'm going to close today's live with 2 quotes about natural energy and natural flow. The first one is from the legendary theoretical physicist Albert Einstein. Everybody is a genius, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it's stupid. Such a great quote, right? Each and every one of us has a superpower. Each and every one of us has a special source that we're bringing to our businesses and that we're bringing to our teams. Let me help you find yours. And the second quote is from the American icon Oprah Winfrey. And what she has to say is, passion is energy. Feel the power that comes from focusing on what excites you. What a great quote. So what really lights you up? What puts you in your flow, in your zone? How can you spend even more of your time doing those things that come from your natural energy, and not just so that you're happy and fulfilled? Of course I want that for you, but so that you can build a business that really works for you, so that you can use the strategies that work for you, so that you can bring the right people together to make you and your business a success. As the year draws to a close, we lay the groundwork for all those new possibilities that are ahead in next year. And if you focus on listening to yourself and asking yourselves, what do you need so that you can spend more time in your flow? Ask yourself, what would a business that really works for me, what would it look like? Let me know your thoughts or questions on this or any other topic relating to how to simplify, grow and enjoy your business. What areas of business would you like me to speak about next? Do let me know. If you haven't already got a free copy of my book, The Real Entrepreneur, then do go to therealentrepreneur.book.com. If you prefer an Audible or Kindle version, then you can find those on Amazon. And it's only 1 week to go until we come to the Z Ventures launch, which I'm super excited about. So if you have a big idea and you need some help to take you from idea to investor ready, then do check out the Z Ventures launch. It's an event in this group that you can register for. And really we're focusing on helping you with 3 key problems. First of all, people struggle to really validate their idea and really test the market. So that is a real challenge that a lot of people face that we are going to be helping you with. The second one is, how do you raise money, or how do you afford people? I'm always talking about a team and people, but if you don't have enough revenue, how do you afford those people? How do you get them on board? So the second challenge is all around money. And the third challenge is, how do you build a prototype or a minimum viable product? How do you do that if you're not technical? Yeah, how do you do that if you don't have that skill set? How do you engage with technical people? How do you get that done in a proper way, in a way that you can understand and keep control of? So 3 key problems that we will be helping you address. And please come along. It's a completely free event next Saturday, the 28th of November, the Z Ventures launch, where we will be talking about how do you validate your idea and test the market? How do you raise money or afford people? And how do you get to a prototype or an MVP if you're not a technical person? Really hope to see you there. I know a lot of you have signed up already. It's going to be a super exciting event, so do join us for that. I do really hope that you have a lovely weekend, whatever you're doing and whoever you're doing it with. I do wish you a happy and a peaceful time. And as always, if you want to talk, you know where I am. Please remember to be where you are in the journey. You don't need to know it all, and you definitely don't have to do it all. Please take care, stay safe, and keep in touch. Bye for now. Have a great weekend.